We begin 10 TV News at 4 with breaking news. Right now, we are seeing large amounts of smoke throughout downtown Columbus. Just take a look at this view from our sky view right now. You can see that smoke just enveloping all those high rises, Columbus Public Safety dispatchers just confirming now to our newsroom that there was a natural gas leak near East Town Street. You can see again from our sky view all that smoke from just behind that old Borden building. We want to thank you for joining us for 10 TV News at 4 with this breaking news. I'm Angela Ann. We initially heard that call about an hour ago. We do have two teams now headed to downtown Columbus to learn more.
And given the intensity of the situation, what we're seeing with all of that smoke out there, we did want to break in early to bring this information to you as we are learning more. And again, we do have multiple crews out there talking with folks who live nearby about what they heard and what they're seeing in this area of downtown Columbus, specifically in Old Town East. So right now, again, it's just before 4 o'clock, and we've been working to gather more information on this. 10 TV's Carly Dion was the first on scene. She's joining us now live. Carly, what are you hearing about the situation?
Well, Stacia and Angela, we're standing along East Town Street right now, and we're pretty close to where this is all happening. Fire crews actually just moved us back a bit from where we were initially standing, but I'm going to step out of the way so you can get a look at what we're seeing right now. You can see it's getting quite smoky along the street. They may even start moving us back a bit further, but per the Columbus Police radio room, the fire department says this is a leak from a supply line with a natural gas smell, and Columbia Gas is also here at the scene along with the fire department, and AEP is also on the way. So we're still working to learn some more information at this time, but right now that is about as much as we know. Stacia and Angela.
Carly, what are you smelling? What are you seeing? I mean, because obviously we can see that smoke, but is it really filling that air around you? The air, is it making it difficult to see beyond just that area?
I would say the smell is starting to get stronger, and from since we've been here, we can see that smoke has expanded quite a bit, and there's a number of people standing outside their homes right now trying to figure out what's going on.
All right, Carly Dion, one of our reporters there on scene. We're going to check back with her in a few minutes because obviously this is a huge situation happening right now in downtown Columbus. Our second crew right now on the scene, we have Libby Cathy joining us live right now. And Libby, from your vantage point compared to where Carly is, you can still see some smoke there as well.
That's right, Angela. I am down the road on the other side from where Carly was. There is smoke just barreling out from the Kelton House, or natural gas, we should say, but it smells very much like smoke. People walking by that have been pushed back by firefighters, holding up their shirts to cover up their nose and mouth as it's getting difficult to breathe for some. But, the wind is kind of pushing it away, but still a huge presence, very much an active scene. We talked to neighbors in the building next door to the Kelton House. They said they heard a loud explosion. Some saying the walls shook. They said that they didn't see any glass broken, but definitely could feel that explosion. Neighbors started to go into the hallway, just talking about what happened with each other. No firefighters actually went into that neighbor's apartment to evacuate people, but neighbors took it upon themselves when they heard that explosion. When they came outside, they heard another explosion. So at least 2 pops is what we have heard from neighbors. Some neighbors even saying they heard 3 pops, but saying it very much sounded like a natural gas explosion. And with the smoke, it's been hard to actually see the Kelton House to see, if there was any damage to any bricks or anything. But firefighters very much still on the scene. Neighbors asking questions and just kind of getting pushed down the road. We will stay out here and continue talking to neighbors about what they're hearing and hopefully get to some firefighters after they get this necessary work done, Angela.
Libby Cathy there live for us. Libby, you were hearing from witnesses that they heard something that sounded like an explosion. Have you heard anything from firefighters? Is there anyone, obviously the firefighters there who are battling an active scene of some sort at this moment, has there been anyone on the public information side that has been able to confirm to you what actually is the case?
Well, so far, Stacia, we keep reaching out to those public information officers, and we have not heard from them, but it seems like they might have their hands full with this very much being an active scene behind us. The firefighters that we have tried to talk to on scene, very busy, just saying, please move down. We're respecting that, moving down a little bit from where the action is at the Kelton House. But so far, everyone really still busy reacting to this very much active scene. So far, we've just been talking to neighbors about what they've seen and heard, and as soon as we get those firefighters on the record, we will do that. But as you can see, dozens on the scene here, taking up this block, several fire trucks, sirens still on, and we will be on it. We will be on it, Stacia, and let you know when we are able to talk to one of those public information officers and get you more information.
Yeah, Libby, as you are giving us that update, we are looking at flames along the roof right now. A lot of smoke, obviously, as we've been showing you from different vantage points, but this is a live view of active flames that these firefighters are now fighting.
This is just devastating to see because a little bit of history here. The Kelton House dates back to the late 1800s. It is a historic landmark for the city of Columbus and beyond. And so to see this happening to such a treasured building in the heart of our city is really devastating to see. Again, we don't know exactly what happened. Came in as reports of a natural gas leak. Libby saying people heard pops, what sounded like explosions. So clearly the damage is devastating to see this. We heard of possible evacuations, certainly a lot of smoke. And again, from our ODOT camera, you can see the smoke spewing onto the freeway. This is just west of I-71 near Topiary Park. So if you're heading out down the freeway, you might want to find another way around because it's just too dangerous to be around this kind of smoke and activity right about now.
And we're seeing even more smoke. And you can see here's another vantage point here. And again, as we are talking about the Kelton House, we do know the house was not open for tours today. They're open for tours from Thursday to Sunday, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then you are able to book a tour, so they wouldn't necessarily be open for anything but a private tour. We don't know about the number of people who might have been inside when this happened.
So you just saw kind of our sky view again, a bigger picture view of seeing all that smoke throughout downtown Columbus. But let's get back onto the ground right now with Carly Dion. And Carly, I think we're back with you there. So again, we could see some flames now coming out of the roof. So this situation looks like it's far from contained.
That's right. There's definitely more of a fire smell in the air now beyond just that smell of gas initially. And when we first got here, we saw fire crews breaking the windows and trying to get at that fire from every angle that they can. Here's another look again at what we're seeing right now. Those flames, it does not appear from this side that they are trying to put those flames out, but they may be attacking it from the other side as well. We have seen Columbus police here at the scene, a number of fire crews, and as you mentioned, this street is blocked off. We're still waiting to get more information from the Columbus Fire Department at this time.
Well, and as we watch and just view behind you, there are so many buildings close together in this area, which is a huge concern, especially as we know the wind is really strong out there as well. And that's a major factor in what we're fighting. So we're going to check back in with Carly in just a few moments. But we want to check in with Jerry as well for an update on what's happening with the wind out there. Jerry, what are you seeing?
Well, if anybody was outside for any period of time today, you know it was windy. Winds are gusting over 20 miles an hour at times. And right now we're seeing a very persistent west wind, as you saw, kind of blowing that smoke across the interstate. We're seeing about 10 to 15 miles an hour, gusting higher at times, but all the wind speeds, or in directions I should say, are coming in from the west. And the only saving grace with this particular wind speed is that it will disperse the smoke, not really allowing it to stay in one place at one time. We are going to watch the situation very closely because as the fire crews start to hopefully get a hold of this fire and contain the situation, that may actually reduce visibility as they add water or fire suppressants to that smoke. We do see now, again, a shimmy in the tower camera just confirming that those winds are gusty out there and the smoke off into the distance is still kind of a dark gray or blackish in color. So again, it's something that we're watching very closely this evening. But the wind speeds overall, again, about 15 miles an hour, gusting a little bit higher, and they're actually helping things. Keep in mind, while it might blow your hat off or it might throw that garbage can or some leaves down, it actually, the winds, especially at an elevation above the ground, 50 or 100 feet above the ground, will easily mix out that smoke over a period of time. So we're not looking at a situation where there should be dramatically reduce visibility or major problems, but we are looking at a chance again for that smoke to continue. And as fire crews again attack that situation in a good way, hopefully that will not compound the problem with visibility. As long as those winds stay up, and at least through sunset they will. A different story entirely for tomorrow. We'll get you down the road weather-wise, but know that again, the winds for the moment at about 15 miles an hour from the west are actually helping the situation by dispersing that smoke as much as possible. Ladies?
That is certainly a little silver lining there, Jerry. Thank you so much for giving us that perspective. So let's get you caught up to speed right now with this breaking news, why we came on the air just a few minutes earlier than 4 o'clock today. At about 2:30 this afternoon, we heard about a possible explosion at the Kelton House. This is a historic building in downtown Columbus. We quickly were able to see smoke from our ODOT cameras. You could see it billowing onto the highway. Our crews arrived on the scene, and right now a lot of people reporting that they could feel buildings shaking as well.
And if we want to give you a live look back at the scene, here is a look at some of the flames that we're now seeing. This was not the case 10 minutes ago when we first came on live. So this is just within the last few minutes we're seeing these flames grow. I mean, look on the left side of your screen there. Things are really starting to get intense, and that smoke really is carrying throughout the area. We have 2 crews there live on the scene giving us views, and when they arrived, they were able to talk with some of the folks who were in the area as they heard some explosions. We want to hear what they have to say. Let's go to that.
Talking to neighbors that were immediately next door, it doesn't sound like their windows or anything exploded, but it was crazy.
But the carriage house, so you think a structure has been damaged? Can you describe what you saw?
Well, it's all smoke, but you can see the front part with the bricks on the front half of the building, but the back half, that was like junior league would meet there, and that was kind of where the kitchen was. The back half of the building, it looked like was just gone.
And were any firefighters in your building? You said you lived next door to the Kelton House.
At that point, no firefighters were in my building. I still haven't seen any in my building. I know there are some on the back side. They're just wrapped around the block. But
you all took it on your own if we need to evacuate, just hearing
yeah.
it. So how many explosions did you hear?
2. Well, felt the building shake. Like heard a loud boom, felt the building shake, then went out into the hall and then heard another loud, like a pop.
How are you feeling right now?
A little shaken up, but I just hope everyone's okay. I hope that everyone working at the Kelton House is okay. I hope all the firefighters are okay. I just hope everyone's okay. Like a building, it's heartbreaking. The Kelton House was a part of the Underground Railroad. It's a historic building in Columbus and nationwide. And it's a very sad loss for Columbus.
Wow, really hearing the impact there, because initially, of course, firefighters are on scene trying to make sure everybody's okay, and then also trying to get things under control. But that witness right there speaking to the wider view of the impact of this building that's burning and the history that it's connected to.
And as you take a live look right now of downtown Columbus, you can see that smoky haze now throughout the downtown area. Again, this is happening at 586 East Town Street. If you're familiar with this area, it is really truly in the heart of downtown by Topiary Park, right by I-71 and 70, that split right there. So as you take a live look here, just look in that top area of your TV screen or your phone, wherever you're watching us from right now, you can still see black smoke billowing out from above those trees, which means this fire, it is still active. It has been active since 2:30 this afternoon when we first learned of a natural gas leak and a possible explosion again at the Kelton House. And as they were saying, you know, it was part of the Underground Railroad. It was established late 1800s. They sheltered freedom seekers, and they were basically part of that whole Underground Railroad system. And the last generation to have lived there bequeathed it to the Columbus Foundation on the grounds that they preserve this home for education purposes. And as we look again at the flames just shooting out of this, still a very dicey situation. We have a lot of firefighters, as you can imagine, on scene right now. We're going to bring in Carly Dion right now. She's live on scene. Not sure if we can actually see her, but Carly, you have been there since soon after we heard of this explosion. Can you tell us right now what you are seeing as firefighters try to contain the blaze?
So they just started putting a lot of water on these flames that we had been seeing for a while. I would imagine they were maybe some crews inside that they had to wait to get out before they started doing so. We are still waiting for an update from the fire department, but as you can see, still quite a bit of smoke coming from that building, flames as well as they work to put it out.
Carly, can you describe to us the smoke in the air? Has it changed in what you are smelling? Has it changed in the thickness in the air? What are you experiencing?
I would say we're definitely seeing a lot of black smoke right now, which we weren't initially seeing. And I believe that is obviously coming from the flames, which they are working very hard right now to extinguish. There's a number of neighbors standing outside right now. I just spoke with one who lives in the building next door, and he said, you know, it's just a sad day for Columbus to see such a historical building up in flames like this.
Carly Dion, one of the crews, live there for us here on 10 TV News at 4 as we are bringing you this breaking story of a leak that has caused fire and a lot of smoke in downtown Columbus in Old Town East, there at the Kelton House there in downtown Columbus.
We do know AEP has been called in to help with this situation, so we'll of course stay on top of this, and be sure to download our 10 TV app in case you don't have it. Get that right information right to your phone anytime. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a few minutes.